So this job might be one of the most disgusting and heartbreaking jobs that I've ever been to, or at least ever caught on film. Viewer discretion advised. If you've got a weak stomach, if you're eating your dinner, please don't watch the next minute's worth of footage because you will regret it. Don't come at me in the comments if you watch this while you're eating. What's up guys, happy Sunday. Thanks for tuning in to my latest video, The Life of a Jobbing Plumber. So this week I've had a really tough week. In fact, it was so bad that I decided one night, I think it was Tuesday night, I did a live just moaning about how bad my week was going and how down I felt, just to kind of get it off my chest. But I thought by doing that video, someone else who was having a bad day or a bad week or was feeling down would benefit from knowing that I was going through it as well. So I did that video, I think it was Tuesday night. Wednesday morning, I got up and my phone was ringing. It was my sister. And she rang me like 4 times in a row really quickly. So when I answered it, she said that my dad was having a stroke and I needed to go around straight away. So, of course, I shit myself. I drove straight over. My mum was panicking. Dad was in bed, tingling down his left arm, in his face. But he could talk all right and his face hadn't slumped and he could lift his arms up, stuff like that, all the tests you do for a stroke. I waited there till the ambulance crew came. They checked him all over, took some photos of his heart and stuff and said that he didn't need to go to hospital. Turned out it was something called a TIA, which is like a mini stroke, or it gives you the same symptoms as a stroke. And he's absolutely fine now, but it was just like I was having a bad week anyway and it sort of just added to that. So I've just been out of it this week, just not really with it. But yeah, he's all better now. I'm feeling better. It's a new week next week. I've got a full central heating to do. I'll do a live video of that tomorrow morning to show you the start of the job. Yeah, so this week's video is sponsored by Power Tool Mate and Velocity Pro Gear. They're my new channel sponsors. So if you want to buy a power tool, Power Tool Mate is the site to go to. There'll be a link to that site in the description to the video. We're also going to be coming out with an Apprentice starter pack very soon. So there'll be a great deal on yeah, some tools for apprentices. And then Velocity Pro Gear, obviously, I make my bags with them. They also do things like this van bag that I've now got in the van, which is like a van organizer. I'll show you that in this video. So yeah, thank you to those 2 companies for sponsoring the video, because I won't be able to make these without them. So just a few jobs this week. One of them is going to come with a warning. It's pretty disgusting. It's the kind of work you get when you work for letting agencies. And then I've got a shower valve that I went out to. That was just a call out that turned into an even bigger job. And yeah, just some videos from my week. The boiler job I was on with Ben that we started this week, that I did a live on. We finished that now. So when I edit that, probably in a couple of weeks' time, you'll see that job. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this week's video. Right, so this job, they've got a leak from the pipes here to the shower valve. Someone's already been and had a go at repairing it, and they've cut the wall to access it. I don't know why it's got 2 speed fit sockets on, but I've just got my torch. Let's see, we've just got 2 soldered elbows there. It's not wet this side, but apparently it leaks on the other side, so we're going to have a look at that side. That's where it's been leaking through into downstairs. So that's directly below the shower, those 2 pipes. So this is the shower on the side of the wall, and they say it leaks from this one. This gets water on the wall here, and also it shows through on the other side. So what I'm going to do is turn the water off, whip this shower off here, and just take these off so I can see what's going on behind. is what's in this pipe above. So, be a little bit, but not loads. So let's see what's going on behind this. Probably been glued. Silicon. So I'm guessing it's just not on a bit on the olive. Let's just see. I have to undo this. Is there even an olive on there? I can't even tell. There must be. I don't think there's an olive on it. So the way this works is there should be an olive on there, and when this tightens on, it crushes the olive on. Yeah, there is an olive there, but it's like crushed the pipe. I think that wants redoing. So it's been doing it this side as well, got some staining. I've got the same thing there, loads of silicone. What I'm going to try and do because if we take this pipe out, we have to solder a new piece through. It means we've got to take more of the wall out the other side. I'm just going to try and cut this olive off, see if I can do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut sort of diagonally a line and then try and split it. Don't want to go, don't want to go too far through the olive and nick the pipe. So you've got to use your judgment. Get a little slide screwdriver and then into that groove you've just made with your hacksaw. If I can do it, just twist it and hopefully split the olive if you've gone deep enough. There we go. Can't get my saw right to the end because that brass thread's in the way. So that's the olive off. See, there's quite a big groove in the pipe there. We'll see. Get a new olive on there and some paste. Check this side. Side looks pretty similar. Tape and silicone. And the olive's kind of disappeared inside. See if we can get that one out as well. So I've made an executive decision because this one was the same. The olive was completely crushed inside here. This one's silicone as well. I'm just going to take them out, look at that, and push 2 bits of new pipe through. Obviously that means on the side of the wall I'll see if I can do it. Excuse me, got a sore throat. See if I can do it just by fishing them out, but I don't think I can. So we might have to just take a bit more of this off. So same thing this side, just cut through and split the olive so I can get this off. He says, come on. There we go. You can see how much it's crushed the pipe there. There's a massive groove in it. That's why it was leaking. So these are going to come out now, hopefully. We'll push a new bits of copper through. So there's plenty of play on them, but I can't get these any further back to get them out, so I'm going to have to cut them. It's about there. So just cut an extra bit of the plasterboard out so I can pull these out. Oh wow, they're longer than I thought they were going to be. You can see the end of the pipe how it's crushed. So I've just pre-pressed that elbow onto my copper, and there's my tail there, straight through, no socket. Hopefully that will go all the way through the tile into the bathroom. There we go. And then I've got rid of the speed fit socket. I'm going to press a socket on. Same for this side as well. I'm just going to go and check that they're right through the wall where I want them to be. There's plenty, so then when I put the fast fix kit back on, I'll be able to cut them to the right length. So they're right through, and then just going to press these sockets on, which is a bit of a better job in my opinion than having speed fit. And it's a lot faster than soldering. So there's my nice new bit of copper I'll cut to length, and then that's a nice clean flat piece of copper for that olive to bite onto. So we'll get some paste on there, then tighten that one up, and we'll do the same on this one. So just put it all back together, tightened it on with paste, and this one here, when I was tightening it on, it was like skipping a thread, so it must be damaged because it wasn't even tightening the olive onto the pipe. So I'm just going to nip and fetch another fast fix kit and just renew the whole thing. So I've been and fetched one of these. Similar thing, just won't use that chrome, we'll use the black one. So that's the new fast fix kits on, the new copper through, new olives, get some paste on there and tighten them up. Okay, that's the new ones on, pasted in, tight, covers on, so we'll fit the shower back on and we'll turn the water on again. Dry. That was a call out that turned into a bit of a ball ache. And this was one of those jobs where they bring you a cup of tea when you've just about finished. So this job, I'm just going to throw it in. It's kind of me just talking to the customer while I'm looking at the job. Just so you can see how I do things, how I am with my customers, how I approach fault finding, I guess. But just to give you the background info, the lady called me out because some of her radiators, and not all of them, were coming on when she didn't want them on. And I guess when the hot water was coming on. But this is just me when I got there looking at the system. So hopefully you get some kind of benefit from watching it.
If we put the water heater down a degree or two, it might be our contribution to total water.
Yeah, it's very true. It's only on just under 60. It's not massively hot.
drain my radiators.
How do you mean?
I don't mean drain them. What's name them? Get rid of the bubbles if they've got.
Oh, bleed them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do.
No, I've never done it myself, and I always thought that I left you to it because these radiators were a bit different than everybody else's. Are they?
No, they're standard radiators.
Oh. But what I'm saying is, I think I've lost the key.
Ah, okay, I'll give you a key. Right, that seems to be okay. It's cold. So let's call in. Yep, that's hot. So what it could have been, this valve here,
Sorry.
this white valve here.
Yeah.
So when you choose hot water, this valve lets the heat go through this top pipe to heat the cylinder.
Right.
When you choose central heating, it lets it go down this pipe into the radiators.
Right.
Now that was stuck, I think halfway. So when your hot water was coming on, it was letting some heat go to your radiators, which is why a couple of your upstairs ones were getting lukewarm.
Right.
So it wasn't fully open enough for it to do all the radiators. It was just letting a bit by. So all I've done is freed the pin inside this valve.
Yeah.
So now that this can operate it properly.
Right.
It's quite a common thing, but I think what we'll do is see how you go now, see if that works okay.
Okay.
So then the other thing we'll do is we'll just check your on and off times on your programmer to see when you want the heating to come on. They've always been the default times, have they? Have you ever changed them from the default?
No, it's on the other side, I think. Where is it?
This one here.
I've never changed anything.
Okay, so according to this, it should come on at 6:30, off at 8:30, and then on at 4:30, off at 10:30.
It doesn't come on and off at 8:30, does it, in the morning? Doesn't it go through till 10:30 in the morning?
Let's have a look at the program. So,
Probably, would it be 7:30 to 10:30?
right, so it's on at 7:15,
Right.
off at 10:30,
Yeah.
on at 1, off at 3:15.
Right.
So you have it on for a period at lunchtime, and then on at 5 p.m, off at 10:30 p.m.
Right. I think it used to go off at 2:30, but 3:15 sounds rather nice.
Yeah. Right.
Especially with heating going up, etc., etc.
And your hot water's on at 6:30
Is that necessary?
till 7:30, so for an hour in the morning,
Oh, okay.
and then 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. So you've got it on an hour in the morning and an hour at night,
Right.
and that's okay. You never run out of hot water, do you?
No.
So we'll leave that on the time. So that's due on at 1 p.m.
Now, here's the $1,000 question. May I have caused it myself by putting these down there?
No, not at all.
Oh.
It's that, so that inside the valve, there's like a paddle in the water, and it will either cover the heating pipe, or it will cover the hot water pipe, or it'll be in the middle and let it go to both.
Right.
And that motor moves a paddle to turn that pin, moves a pin to turn that flap. So because it's seized up, the motor's not able to move it as it should, and it's got stuck.
Right.
But yeah, putting towels in there is not going to cause that. Right. This is my van bag organiser. It's designed so it clips out and you can take the whole bag into the house with you at night. But basically, this pocket here, I've got my iPad in, got some pens there, and I've got my torch clipped on the top. This is like a hard work surface, so you can lean on it if you want to do some paperwork. And then underneath here, you do get in this section like a foil lined lunch bag to keep your lunch in, but I've took that out and I've got my wipes in there. And in the middle section, obviously you can put whatever you want in there. There's mesh either side for putting little bits in. And then the front bit, you get three, the varying size, they get bigger as you go along. So I got my tea in there. This one I use for pens, and then my water in there. This one does come with like a foam to bring the height up. So if you have those little cups that you get from the merchants at the vending machines, that would sit in there nicely, but I took that out. And yeah, your seatbelt goes behind, round and through this Velcro strap there. It's got a handle on it when you take it out and just plugs in there. So it's decent. They're about, I think they're about 90 quid, something like that. I'll leave the what's it called, the link to it in the description of the video if you want one. But yeah, it's like a mobile office for your van. So this, guys, is the ladies' toilet in the hotel. I can't believe it. There's mirrors everywhere, artwork, chandeliers. There is an official word for them. I don't know what they're called. Wall lights. So, on my list, B Plumber, ladies' toilet, leaking under cistern and Untitled Basin Taps. Look at that basin wall. Beautiful. So they want tightening. Luckily, I've got the tap tightener 2000 there for that. And the cistern, I mean, look at this. It's like a fucking coal miner toilet. Where that's leaking from, but it looks like it's been leaking a while. So this is been leaking a long time. I don't know what that is there. Don't know what it is. It's been wedged under or what. But this is all rusty. We've got water on. Let's move me torch. Water dripping from there, it's rusty. This is one of them fucking horrible pans. I'm quite to swap that. I'm not doing that now. It's these basin taps. Obviously, it's a two-man job because someone needs to hold them while the other one's underneath there. But I think I've probably got enough room to get one arm stretched and be under there at the same time. But if we have a look under, I'm just gonna lie on my back. Someone has chewed this piece of worktop to get them in, and there's just a back nut there. Same on this side, so no wonder they're getting loose. So rather than me just tighten them up, they want taking off and top hats putting on, so there's actually something for them to grip against. So it's just like things like this, they're just botch jobs. And then what do? Do you just tighten them up and let them get loose again, or do you do it properly? So I'm going to come back, and then at least if I come back, because it's like 6 PM now, so Chris, the maintenance guy, is not here. If I come back and do it one morning, he'll be here to hold the taps above. Otherwise I'll just be struggling to get in there. But they're pretty loose, look. Because they're on flexes as well, so needs doing properly. So this is the new side of the hotel. And this is a toilet that's slow to fill after you flush it. So even in the new side, get out. Service hatch. Similar to the others. I don't know what this crap is on the floor. Where's the light switch? There's no lights in this one. But this is the cistern. Almost ready to overflow. So why is this one slow to fill after you flushed it? Okay. Still probably just wants a diaphragm in there. There's an isolation valve. Do I dare turn that off? Come and grab a diaphragm. So in the time it's took me to go down to my van, fetch the new diaphragm washer, forget my grips, go back down to my van to get my grips, and come up, it's still only done that. So what I predict is this will be rock hard and quite stretched. So we're just going to do it. Let's turn the water off. Okay, it's not pissing out, that's a good start. So, let's see if I can film this whole thing for you. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, quite stretched and stuck on. Yeah, pretty rock hard. So that's coming out. So we've got to get the new one in. So we can do it like this. So this has got to go back in first. If I do this with one hand, I deserve a medal without dropping anything. Come on. Right, that's that bit back in. You see that in there? I'm going to put this in. Like that. Stay. There is some crap in there, that's why it's been slow to fill. Okay. Let's pop that out. Okay. Just going to blow through that. Shit. Need some kind of needle or something. Right, phone's going off. Right, that's clean. That's going back in here. One-handed. This is going to really piss some people off. The fact that I'm doing this with one hand. Right, that's that washer on there. Is there a bit of crap in there yet? So let's blast a bit of water through that. All the shit. Okay, so this is going back on. See if the washer's still in there. Yes, it is. That's going into there like that. Let's put that on there. Like that. Do that back up. Okay, probably nip out with the grips in a minute. Push this back on. Otherwise the water will be shooting up in the air. Okay, I have to do that the backwards way because I don't want to get them in. Alright. Water back on. deep on that. Looks good. Good and a lot faster. Looks like it's going to stop a lot lower as well. Just get rid of that. Yeah, it's well lower. I'm happy with that. Cool, another little maintenance job done. So this job might be one of the most disgusting and heartbreaking jobs that I've ever been to, or at least ever caught on film. Viewer discretion advised. If you've got a weak stomach, if you're eating your dinner, please don't watch the next minute's worth of footage because you will regret it. Don't come at me in the comments if you watch this while you're eating.
Yeah, so if you're wondering why the missus has come back
Yeah, don't worry.
the other day, she's had a little baby boy, so yeah.
So that job you just seen, yeah, it was disgusting, but I felt so sorry for the tenants. The letting agency rang me and said, can I go and unblock a toilet? That's all they told me. Now, when I got there, obviously I saw what was going on. I asked the guy how long it had been going on. It's been like it for 3 weeks. They've got a newborn baby in that house. I can't even comprehend how anyone is expected to live like that. So I rang the letting agency up and I said, this is more than a job for me just with my plunger and blocking a toilet. You need to get a drainage company out. And then they told me they'd already had a drainage company out and they refused to work on it until someone had fitted a new siphon. Now, something to do with they won't guarantee their work, the work they do, unless there's a working toilet. But I said to the letting agency, you're not going to get any plumber to go out and work on that toilet or that house until that drainage has been sorted out and cleared. I don't know what's happened since, but it's obviously a massive problem because it's backing up in the basin, in the bath. It was just, yeah, one of the worst I've ever seen, and I felt really sorry for the tenants. Hopefully they'll go to environmental health and report that because something really needs to be done about that. But I had a go with my little plunger. I had my gloves on and I tried to clear it for him because I felt so bad, but I could not get it to budge. Yeah, that's just probably one of the reasons why I want to get out of the letting agency work.